Hello and welcome, I'm Laura. This gentle practice is designed to help you open up your body, release some tension, and hopefully cultivate a sense of relaxation and mindfulness. So some props you may want to have to hand today are a blanket, and I'm going to be using a brick, but you could use books or cushions, pillows, extra blankets, just something to help give some height later on in this sequence. So we'll begin in Sukhasana, our cross-legged pose. I'm going to take my blanket and really roll it up here to give myself some height. So placing it behind, underneath the hips, finding that height that works for you today. You could use extra cushions and pillows, really stack them up to help find that length in the spine, the knees dropping. As you begin to draw that energy up through the body, as we find that length coming up through the hips, up through the spine, past the belly, past the rib cage, up to the shoulders as they loosen and melt down the back, lengthening up through the neck, out through the crown of the head. As you begin to soften the gaze and bring that awareness to the breath, the gentle inhale and the exhale, feeling your own inner rhythm, your belly rising and falling, the rib cage expanding and contracting. To begin to invite some movement into your body by gently dropping the chin to the chest. Feeling that length across the back of the neck. Inhaling back to center. Taking some gentle stretches in the side of the neck as well. So dropping the left ear down to the left shoulder. Feel a sense of pulling that right shoulder away. Feeling that length in the side of the neck. Inhaling back to center. Repeating on the opposite side, taking that right ear over to the right shoulder. Feel like you're pulling that left shoulder down and away. Notice if there's a difference on one side or the other. I definitely feel some more tension in this side of my neck today. Inhaling it back to center. And come down into a gentle forward fold here. So just bringing the hands out in front of you. And maybe you just stay here today. This might be good for you in your body. Maybe patting the hands further forward. Not too far, just gently reaching. Drawing the hips back, the seat back. Hands pad forward, pressing away. Feeling that stretch in the hips. Making this a little bit active with really feeling that push in the hands up through the shoulders. Reaching back through the seat, stretching in the hips. And inhaling, padding back to center. We'll come down to our mat here, so you can remove the blanket for now. As we come in for a gentle child's pose. Taking the hips out as wide as the mat, the toes together. And here is maybe where you do want to introduce the blanket again, possibly bringing it in front. You could rest the head on it as you begin to come down, lowering the body down, hips reaching back to the toes. As the head rests on your blanket or maybe just on the mat, getting that nice length in the spine as the tailbone draws back, the hands reach forward. Keeping the awareness on the breath. Inhale and exhale. And on your next inhale, begin to come back up. Patting those hands back up. And then removing the blanket for now. And we'll come down to lie on our mats. In whatever way is comfortable for you today. Rolling yourself back, finding that place on your mat. Keeping the knees bent here as we begin to prepare ourselves for a supine twist. Taking the arms down, finding that space. Inhale and exhale to soften. And then beginning to take the knees over to the right like a windscreen. So they do a motion down. Perhaps taking the arms out to the sides. You can push any props out of the way here. Maybe this is good for you today in this gentle twist. You could take the gaze over to the left. And perhaps if you wanted to go a little deeper, you can pick the right foot up and hook it over the left leg as a little extra weight to help pull that left side over, deepening that twist. Exhaling to soften. And gently unhooking the foot if it's there. Inhaling to bring those knees back up to center. And we'll repeat on the opposite side. Taking the knees over to the left in that windscreen motion. Perhaps you stay here and the gaze shifts over to the right. Maybe picking that left foot up and placing it over the right, pulling it down. Just as a little extra weight, creating a deeper twist in the body. Unhooking the foot and inhaling the knees back to center. The knees can stay stacked like this as the arms come back down to the side as we move into our bridge pose. You can prepare for this as well by feeling the shoulders like they're really tucking underneath the body. Ready to tuck and stack underneath as the feet press firmly into the mat. And you begin to press and lift. Feel like the lift is happening through the pressing action of the feet, pushing them away from the mat, peeling that spine up. And here's where I'm going to use my brick. You could use some books, or you could even use your blanket. Continue to be rolled up underneath if you'd like to take a slightly restorative version, placing it just underneath the hips, those sitting bones, base of the spine. Relaxing the body down. Very gentle inversion here. Allowing your nervous system to soften. When you're ready, pressing those feet back down into the mat to gently lift the hips and slide any props out from underneath. Releasing the hips back down as you curl the spine down one vertebrae at a time. Coming down gently as the hips come down and meet the mat. Gently rolling over to one side, preparing to come up to a seat. Pressing up. And coming up into whatever seated position is comfortable for you today. Kneeling, cross-legged. Any extra props you may need to find this space for you today. You take a moment to reconnect with your breath. Find that quiet stillness. Taking one hand to heart, one to the belly. And make sure to give yourself a gentle pat on the back to express gratitude for the time you have taken for yourself today. And carry this sense of peace and relaxation with you as you go about your day. Inhaling in, exhaling out.